several businesses that he sold in the year 1994, so for several $1 million. So he's also a millionaire as well.
Yeah, that's right. My wife is taking care of my.
And the important thing is that he has a love for what he does. And I was benefited by his advice and the comments that he gave me. So what I wanted to do was to come here and to bring this joy and to bring this good information so that he can share that stuff with us and to also show us some of the techniques that he has.
Sure.
Without further ado, Michael.
This is a copy of what I'll be talking about, so once you're done, we can just distribute it.
Sure.
Okay, run that copy. Well, thank you for inviting me. I always enjoy talking to PhD students. I have a PhD seminar that I teach at my university that we meet every Friday afternoon. And most of what we talk about has absolutely nothing to do with the disciplines that we're in. It's how do I go about putting together a program of research? How do I go about being a professional? How do I get into the profession and do a good job? So what I've tried to do here for you tonight is to say, what do I mean by a research program? Where does all this stuff come from? What you have to learn very quickly is you don't write research papers. You get into a field and you cultivate that field, whatever that field may be. And this is really important because we call them serial researchers. A serial researcher says, I start here and I end there, and then I wait for the next project and I start the next project and I start. And you can't be successful doing that today at all, in my opinion. You've got to learn how to multitask. You've got to learn how to manage a variety of different research at the same time. So that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. And a lot of it, you're going to say, well, you can't do that. And the answer is, you just don't know how to do it as of yet. But that's what you've got to do to be successful. You can't sit back and write a project and then send it out for review and wait till something happens, because you will never have enough cumulative success to where you can move on in your career. It's just that simple. This is a difficult process, and it's one that it's going to take you a long time to learn. But the first thing you have to learn is you can't write one article at a time, and I'll show you why. This is a joke that I have that select any 5 reasons why either of those people couldn't have it. This is for my students in the United States, so it's primarily built around God. He only had one major publication. It was published in the United States. It had no references in it whatsoever. It wasn't published in the preferred journal. There's some doubt. There are a lot of people that doubt whether he wrote it at all. It may be true that he created a world, but what's he done lately? These are all arguments that you're going to hear why your research is no good. His cooperation efforts were limited. Who does he work with? Not many people. The scientific communities had a hard time duplicating what he's done, so there's no replication of his work. Never applied to the Research Ethics Board to use live people as his sample. And when one of his experiments went bad, he just drowned the subjects. He didn't worry about it. Subjects didn't behave as predicted. He deleted them from the sample. So this is just something to say to you that anytime you get involved in research, people are going to try to figure out why your research is no good. Okay, let me give you an example for myself.